Hello, my name is Fleurs, aka Emma. This is my second video, and for today's video we're going to be giving you a tour of my Switch Light Island. It is called Floral, and as you can see here we are stood on the plaza of Floral. I'm going to start off by showing you my map. This is the map of Floral. As you can see, there isn't many in-game paths used. I've used a few here and there, but the majority of the paths are the path, which is a custom design. I'll show you which one it is. It is a slight variant on the original. Apart from that, there's quite a bit of water, quite heavily terraformed. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Here are my villagers. We have Eric and Molly. I positioned them together because their houses are kind of log cabins. Then we've got Olive, and next to Olive there's Blair. Again, their houses are quite similar. Then we have Sky, Coco, Ellie, Fauna, Maple. Again, they're quite close together, mainly due to their houses looking quite similar. And then we have Pashmina down here. And then obviously you can see where we've got the campsite, resident services, a shop, etc. And the next thing I wanted to show you was my flag. This was something that I designed myself. It was really the only custom design that I was happy with. I've tried before, they didn't turn out too well, but this is the flag. It's not perfect, but I thought that it fit the theme quite nicely. It is available if you should want it, if you do come on the dream address. But yeah, so I think where we're going to head to first is the airport. It seems a good place to start. So if we go down to my island entrance. So here we go. I will put a slight disclaimer in here. My island was finished around Halloween time, so there are a few Halloween themed areas, which I apologise for. They didn't normally look like this. This isn't how I had my normal entrance. It may seem a bit weird, the fact that we're just into the new year and we've got a Halloween entrance, but you'll just have to deal with it for this video. Apologies for that. So this is my entrance. We've got the spooky archway, a scatter of pumpkins, and there is a trick-or-treat table over here. We've got the sweets, or candy if you're American, and the trick, which I like to think is a little card game over here, and then a little seating area. If we go over the bridge, you'll see that there is some terraforming, there's some waterfalls, which actually might be better seen over here. Yeah, and over the bridge there is lots of cedar trees. That is something that you will notice about my island. It is very heavily cedar treed, if that's even a word. I've planted a lot of cedar trees. And then immediately to the left from the entrance you come to Nook's Cranny. It's currently in the Halloween theme, and there's a little bit of a river out here in front with some white flowers, again with the cedar trees. My preferred colour of flowers is white. I think it just sets off the rustic kind of look. And here is a look at the path. This is the path that I mentioned earlier. It has got little white dots, some mushrooms on the edges, and some orange flowers. I did mix it up with the original path. This is the original path, so that it wasn't so heavily detailed, just to give it a bit of a break. There's some boxes and barrels here for Nook's Cranny, obviously their storage area. And then if we go up the stairs, we are greeted by Able Sisters. Immediately to the right there is a little sewing area up there on the cliff with a spinning wheel, a dress and a sewing box. But the main sewing area is over here to the left. It's quite a large area. There was so much that I wanted to fit in here that it just needed to be this big, really. We've got the loom, the sewing machine, etc. And there's also some custom designs laid out here on the lace. And this hat is a custom design as well. So just give you a full tour of that. Here we go. It's not open at the minute because it is early in the morning, in the dream address. So if you come down here from Able Sisters and Nooks, you're greeted with more waterfalls and a destination signpost. So I think first off, I'll do a quick tour of my greenhouse. We've got the mum cushions, the hyacinth lamp, mothballs, etc., all for the planting area. And then you come back into the greenhouse using the stalls and the simple panels. And we've got lots of shrubbery, greenery with the floating, what are they called, biome planters? I really like that little setup because I think that it just breaks up the different heights. I like that. Again, another waterfall in the background, really just to add some detail. Get a good look at that. And then I think what we'll do, we'll try and cover the left-hand side of the island first. So we'll go up here, following along my path, and immediately you come to Fauna's house, which is quite rustic looking. So I've kind of stuck with that colour theme for the decorations in the yard. You've got the matching kind of sturdy sewing box and the piano bench that kind of match the colour of the house. We've got a nice little seating area for her to do her sewing and read some books, obviously being watched by Mr. Gnome in the background. And then just to the left of her house, I made a little picnic area for her and Maple. And then we come on to Maple's house. Maple's house is quite similar to Fauna's, so I put the mushroom wreath on there. I thought that really went well with the colours. And she's got her own little flower patch and her own little reading, writing area where she can have a cup of tea. If we keep going to the left, some more cliffs, we come to my Lavender Farm. I know it doesn't really fit with the autumn theme. I could have done something better, like maybe an apple farm or something like that, but I really like the custom codes used for the lavender on the pillow and on the sign. I think that creator has a lot more codes available. I will try and find it for you, and if I do, I'll put it in the description. Lots of different flowers, etc. Then we've got the candles, which are obviously lavender candles. So then after this, we meet a bridge. If we go over the bridge and to the right, we come to our Florals Bee Farm. So we've got a variety of things here. We've got the stall with the custom design. We've got the beehive, wasp nests, just to fit in a wasp model. And obviously over here we've got the artisanal bug cage with the bug net and a pot that looks like honey. And then just behind here we have a little farm. I wasn't sure what to do with this area, so I just did a little farm with some watermelons, utilised this lamp to look like tomatoes, and a little shed area with your wheelbarrow, your hose, and the iron shelves in the background there. And of course, can't have a farm without a silo. If we keep going behind here, away from the farm, oh, there is another waterfall. I swear, there's a lot of waterfalls, I apologise for that. Yeah, they're a space filler, I think. But yeah, if we keep going to the left, we've got our potting area. That tree branch should not be there, sorry about that. I wasn't sure what to do with this kind of bit of land that sticks out here. I've seen some people do some amazing things, so this feels pretty basic, but it's cute. It fits a rustic kind of theme. So yeah. Beaches, I'll just put a little disclaimer in here. I'm not very good at decorating. So this has got some kind of detail on it. I've planted some of I think they're cosmos plants, and they're kind of stunted in growth because they're planted on the sand. So they look kind of like foliage that you might find on a beach. We've got some seaweed, and there are some custom design shells here. Just behind here, we have our art area on the rocks. So we've got some paintings from Red. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Some art sets, a little hat in case it gets too sunny, and just some white, quite plain blanket area with the cushion to sit on. This is one of the areas that I first did on this island, and it's kind of stayed the same way, so I'm quite happy with it. I think it's quite simple but quite effective. I have just remembered somewhere that we've got to show you on the left hand side of the island, so we'll just go back down here past all this. I know I said I wasn't very good at decorating beaches, but I like decorating the rocks. So down here I have made a little wash area. I'm not sure if you should wash your clothes in salt water, but hey, the villagers are going to have to do it because this is the only way they can. So yeah, again, sticking with the rustic theme with the white, the lace custom design on the floor, and yeah, the white on the stool as well. Hello, Coco. Down here was a project that I intended to start. I never really finished it. I wanted to do a beach getaway type thing. I didn't really decorate outside. I'll give you a quick look at the inside. There we go. The rooms are kind of done, but I won't give you a full tour. So if we head back over towards the plaza, I'm just going to take this quick shortcut. Hello, Sky. And here we go. So we're going the opposite direction. We're going down here, down this way. And we come to Sky's house on the right and Pashmina's house up here. So we've got the spinning wheel outside with some birdcage and a nice log table with some decoration and the custom designs matching the cushions and the table as well. And then down here out on the beach in front of Pashmina's house, we have a little art kind of gallery sitting area. It's all very white. Again, the lace, there's some cosmos planted, some log stakes, just some little bits just to set the ambiance, I guess. And then Sky's house just over here. She hasn't finished her puzzle. And she's got a guitar out front. She's obviously mowing the lawn as well. And then I don't know if you saw, but the gold roses were featured heavily in the bee area. The gold roses and the lily of the valley, I wasn't sure what to do with them, so Sky's got a little bit of a garden going on here, enclosed by the fencing. A lantern, a little bench for her to look out across the sea. And then over to the right, we come to Florals Bakery. You can get cake. We've got some wedding cake, Mum's handmade carrot cake, lovely. And then back here we've used the simple panels with the bread on. I know these cushions aren't really flower, but I was trying to save space, so that's what we've got. And then just a little shot there. And then over here in front of the plaza and behind Sky's house, there's a little music area. I wasn't sure what to do here, but I thought it would be quite nice if the villagers wanted to play the saxophone. They could just come here and chill out. And then just for directional purposes, we're background here at the greenhouse. Here's our telephone box for all those calls you need to make. And then this is the plaza again. I think what we'll do next is maybe cover the bottom right corner. So we go over here. Hi, Eric. And then immediately we're greeted with, I guess it's like autumnal. It is autumn even. So I was thinking sort of like an autumn harvest dinner area for the villagers. For this, we've used the wedding tables, which I love. I think they look really good in this colour scheme. We've mixed it up with some of the chairs. We've got the iron chair, and there's a hay bed, an antique chair, just to give it a bit more rustic vibe. And then we've got a little bit of a buffet going on back here with some cake and some drinks. And a piano over in the corner to play some music vibes. Up there you may see my house. We'll come to that a little bit later. I'm just going to go over this bridge here. As you can see, we've got a little tree in the island. Now this is my pumpkin farm that I did for the Halloween time of year. I've got a variety of pumpkins here. We've also utilised some of the spooky lanterns, just to give it a bit of variety again on the patch. Now back here was kind of my pumpkin carving space. We've got some pumpkins, a cutting board, some candy, and then we've got some tea to keep you warm, and a soup kettle, because it's like autumn, so you need warm food, don't you? And then over here we've got the farmy area and a little sitting area where you can eat your candy and just chill out. If we go back over this way, we come to Coco's house. This is something a bit different for me. I don't really use the bamboo to decorate, mainly because it doesn't really fit with the rustic vibe, but I thought we'd do something different for Coco. So she's got some bamboo dividers, a little lunch area with a coconut, of course, some green mums, sandcastle, and a hammock for her to chill out on. And then over to the right, we've got a little sunbathing area with a magazine, a ukulele, just what you want when you're sunbathing. Hello, Pashmina. And then over here we have Floral's fishing area. Trust me, if this was in real life, I bet it would smell horrific. But luckily it's not, so it can look pretty. We've mixed it up here. We've got the fish models, the fish drying rack, and then these buckets are just placed fish and things that we found in the sea. Over to the right, we've got continued the fishing theme on our dock. We've got another fish drying rack, some fishing rods, a placed fishing rod for whoever wants to go fishing. So I'm going to keep going up along this beach. There's not a lot on here until we get to the very top. So apologies, but it's a bit of a way. Like I said earlier, I like decorating the rocks. So here we have a little camp set up, a campfire to chill out with your friends, listen to some music. And here we have a camping, well, it's a beach dinner area with the stoves up here, some food. I've obviously got the lighthouse. Have a little look at that. With the dinner table, some kitchenware, candle, and obviously, what are these called? A life buoy, a life ring, just in case there's any accidents. Okay. And I'll show you this kind of shortcut way into the museum. First of all, at the bottom of the museum, we've got Blather's library area / study area. He's got a little microscope, lots of books and papers. There's a little bird, a skeleton, just to set off the vibe. Yeah. And then up the staircase, we come to the museum. In front of the museum, I've put out some oddities, kind of like a market stall area or an extension even on the museum itself. We've got some fossils, some things that I picked up from Gulliver's, and over there we've got the Tower of Pisa. If we come down here, again follow the path along, little seating area over here. We come to my garden. This is my house. Out front we've got the chess set, if we want to play with any villagers. Relaxing area, music, typewriter, etc. I'm not going to show you the inside of my house, mainly because it's not complete. Interiors are something that I really struggle with. I like doing the outside stuff, so maybe another time when I finally pluck up the courage to tackle them again. So if we head back over this bridge, we're heading back towards the plaza. And so this time we're going to go over to the right of the plaza. Behind my resident services, I've tried to kind of terraform. It's not the best, I know. We've got a little moon up there. Here's our Stonehenge. Oh, that disappears if you do that. And then we cross over the bridge. First thing I'll show you is our little mini mushroom farm. We've used some round mushrooms, like all the mushrooms that you collect. And then a log mushroom stall. Little sign up on the cliff just to forest. And then over here we have a bookshop. It's a little bookshop, but I just think sometimes the smallest areas are the cutest, and you have to be quite creative to see what you're able to fit in there. So I've got a lot of books really because it's a bookshop. And then if you just head in here, here is our cafe, coffee shop area. We've got some comfy sofas, some espresso machines and a xylophone for some music to set the scene. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. It's not overly cluttered. In the background you might be able to see some waterfalls and the terraforming to set the relaxing area. We come out of here and another little seating area. I wasn't sure what to do with this area, so just kind of put it as a relaxing spot. If you're wondering what this is a placed cricket. I think it's a bell cricket. It might not be. Apologise if that's wrong, but I love their cages that they come in. They're just so cute. And then behind here, the little flower garden, and then we lead on to Blair and Olive's house. So for this area, I've kind of stuck with the orange area, the orange and black with white theme, because Blair's got an orange roof and Oliver's got a black roof, so I thought that it was quite fitting. I've given them a little writing area for them both, just to sit, chill, read, whatever. Sticking with the orange theme, we've got the monarch butterfly model and some orange kind of accessories up here. And then just for a wayfinder point, we're back over at Maples. What I'm going to do is just do a quick loop back round. There are a few ways that you can get through. I do apologise if you do decide to come and tour this for yourself and you do get lost. I apologise in advance because it is a bit of a minefield. So over this bridge, we're starting to get to what I call the forest area. And before we enter that, we've got Ellie's house. Ellie's house I thought it had a bit of a red tinge to the roof, so I decided to give her some red flowers. And then there's this area with the Russian dolls. Again, a chair, rug, standard sort of stuff. Another seating area over there. And then up here, as soon as we reach the top of the incline, we're greeted by our duck pond with a little seating area over at the back with a book, a nice little relaxing spot. If we head over to the right, first of all, oh, there she is. There's my character. What a random place for her to be. Anyway, this is the secret beach. A lot of this stuff is from Gulliver. A lot of pirate themed stuff. We've got the ship's wheel, some barrels, some treasure. I made the golden candelabra, which I just felt went well because it looks like it's potentially treasure that the pirates have plundered. Does that mean take? Stolen? That's the word I'm looking for. I've stuck the fan behind the treasure chest just so that you can just see the greenery sticking out over the top. If we come back up the incline and we head towards the right, here is my rock garden. This took hours and hours. So yeah, if you want to do one of these, they take a lot of commitment, but good on you if you do manage to do them. In between the rocks, I've put in Lily of the Valley, just to break it up a bit, and then I've kind of decorated it with some red and white mushrooms to match the magical gnome in the middle. There is another little seating area over here to get a good view of the island in its entirety, and then up the incline we come to our campsite. This is a very rustic campsite. There are no luxuries here. You have your campfire, a bit of water, a washing line, and a kettle. I should have thought about it. I should have got an amiibo to show what it's like when there is a villager. Sorry, I didn't think about that. But again, lots of cedar trees, lots of white flowers, decorating the ground. And we've got Rover's suitcase here for luggage that's been left behind. Out in front of the campsite we have a little stream, and then if we head back down, keep going to the left, this is our little forest trail, little bits kind of decorating the edge, and then we come to our resident duck. This is Molly's house. So what would a duck be without her duck friends? So I've put them out here, and then I've kind of stuck with the yellow theme for this area. She's got some yellow welly boots on the floor here, a coffee mug, etc. And then behind, I don't know if you can see, there are some yellow flowers. If we head up here, we come to Eric's house. The first thing to notice is he's got a sleigh because he's a reindeer, so it kind of fits. I thought because Eric's house is a log cabin that it would be appropriate for him to have a little bit of a wood area, so he's got some trees, an axe, some firewood, so I thought he needs to keep him warm and get the villagers some wood for their fires. So if we head over here further to the left, again we've got some little details with the cedar trees in the background, a pine cone on a log stump, and then just take the stepping stone past this little lake. It's not a lake, it's a river, and then we come to our orchard. The entrance of the orchard's got our wishing well, some little decoration bits. So it's quite higgledy-piggledy. There's no sort of uniformity to it. But in the centre here we've got a little area where the workers can have a little break from collecting their fruit. We've also got a chopping board for prepping the fruit and some snacks for them. We've got some boxes and some fruit baskets scattering on the floor. Oh dear, there's some weeds. So I've just given it away now. Down here there is a little secret area. Not so secret. But it is our stargazing area. So when Celeste's visiting, you can pop down here and wait for the shooting stars to happen. These are star fragments that I've just put on the floor just to decorate. I thought keep with the white theme, so it's quite celestial kind of area. Right. I'm just going to double check. We haven't... Yeah, so that is pretty much it. I really hope you guys have enjoyed the tour. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I know everyone says that. I'm sorry for having to say that, but I really want to create more Animal Crossing content for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you. please check the description if you want to see the dream address. I'll try and put some of my custom design used on this island in for you. But yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.